Welcome. Today I'll show you how to become profitable in 2026. So it's never been easier to actually make money trading than it is in 2026. Why? Because you have so many resources, you have so many mentors, courses, groups, everything. All the information is outside. So today I'll show you how to actually use my strategy, which is support and resistance using fair value gaps. Basically, I'm just trading liquidity. So first things first, if you actually want to become profitable, you need to know one thing. You need to sacrifice everything that you have right now in order for you to be profitable. And why is that? Because if you don't want to put in 100% of yourself, you'll never make it. Like, you'll actually never make it. So you need to put in 100% of yourself, learning your strategy, backtesting, actually taking care of your mental state as well, because that is one of the most important things in space of day trading. So I'll show you how I trade and how easy it is to actually have a great setup. The way support and resistance actually works is you just find high areas of liquidity. That means that, so what is a high area of liquidity? That means there's a higher possibility when price comes to your liquidity level, to your liquidity zone, there is a high possibility that we can see reaction off of it, as in this example. So the way you, my keyboard's bugging. So the way you find liquidity, like the simplest way is this. So you have two candles that are next to each other, alone, all alone in space. Like, this is a good liquidity. For example, this is a good liquidity, and like, you can just see it. So you're trying to find two candles that stand out. So that's your liquidity zone. This is your liquidity zone. And you can see that this area here is our resistance area. So from here to here, we have a resistance zone on 15 minute. Okay? So 15-minute resistance zone. The fuck? So how do we actually trade off of these zones, liquidity levels, and all of that? It's simple as this. So you have your zone. You wait for price to come into your zone. You wait for confirmation, and then you enter a trade. So as you can see, we have this resistance zone. We also have fair value gaps right here. So we have one fair value gap right here, another one, and it's all on 15 minute. If we go on a higher time frame, where the fuck are we? On higher time frame, it's more clear that this is our resistance zone. So for example, here, you can already see that this is our zone. It's not that hard. And here we do have 1 hour bearish fair value gap. Finally. So this is on 1 hour. Let's go back on 15. So for example, yesterday, how I caught both of these trades yesterday. So what I did was, how can I hide this thing? This thingy? Not really. Okay. Cool. So as you know, we've got resistance right here. So what I did was this. Since this was my resistance zone, previous one, and I know this is high liquidity zone, as you can see, two candles that stand out, I entered sells as soon as we swept it. So swept, enter sells, aim for either this, since we had 50-minute fair value gap right here, or we could have aimed for the next fair value gap that is right here. So that was the first trade. Took it from here to here, and then, since I knew that we're gonna go higher, because there was a bullish fair value gap right here. And what is a fair value gap, first of all? So fair value gap is actually made by 3 consecutive candles. So what does that mean? So you go 1, 2, and 3. The space between first and third candles wick is your fair value gap. That means that you can expect reaction off of your fair value gap, as in this example. So our bearish fair value gap became bullish one, plus we had bullish fair value gap that was made by this move. So this was a really good confirmation for us to enter buys exactly from here, since we swept. So this was liquidity sweep, boom, go higher, in for this, and you're good. So that was the first trade I took. Second one, since we were in the bullish fair value gap, as y'all can see, we went through it, then closed in it, and I entered buys in for this, and that's 2 trades in a course of like 1 hour. So basically caught the whole movement. Also after that, we could have entered sells again from here, since we swept these highs and went lower. Then again here we could have entered sells, and yeah, as you can see, price is respecting our level, our zone right here. So now this is paper trading, so I'm just like practicing, but either way, now I saw this liquidity sweep. I mean, Trump could have an influence with this, because he just said that he's not going to, like, he's ceasing fire in Iran for like 5 days. So everything's possible right now. But worst case scenario, it goes to here and then goes down. Like, there's no way that we're gonna go and break out of all of this. But I mean, this is accumulation, and yeah, we'll see. Could be a stop loss, this one, but yeah. So let's go and find another example of this strategy. So as I said, 3 things you need. You need to know where liquidity lies, you need to know fair value gaps, and you need to know what's your confirmation. So for confirmation, okay, let's start this trade from the beginning, okay? So from the start, what do we got here? Let's see, what do we got here? Option 1, resistance zone. Option 2, support zone. Option 3, fair value gap. Option 4, equilibrium. Option 5, liquidity sweep. Option 6, whatever. Do we enter buys or sells? Sells. Why? I'm gonna show you right now. So high area of liquidity. So there's liquidity. So moves are gonna happen off of this thingy. So what happens next is this. Very, very clear. Like very, very clear. We came into our resistance zone, right? So this is our resistance zone already, as I said. Came back into it. Weak touched it, closed here. Entering shorts right away. What are we targeting? So we are targeting these lows or these lows. So these ones right here. So that would be your TP1 and TP2. Also here, do we have anything like small fair value gap? Yeah, we can take this as our can I drag it? Yeah, finally. Cool. So we would take this as our stop loss. And that is risk to reward 2.3, which means you're risking 100 to get 230. By the way, guys, I filmed this video, like the exact same video yesterday, and the fucking audio didn't film. So, need to redo it today again. Plus, I haven't slept. Like, I've slept maybe for like 3 hours. Last night I was just working my whole night. So yeah. Let's do this. So 3 things you need in order for you to trade support and res. Number 1, recognize liquidity levels. Number 2, recognize FVGs plus inverse fair value gaps. Number 3, wait for confirmation if possible. Number 4, set up your stop loss and take profit and your TP at high liquidity levels. Number 5, use RSI. Number 6, what else is there? Keep sane. Number 7, don't over risk slash, where is my slash leverage. Number 8, stop being a bitch. Number 9, take action. And number 10, become profitable. So we'll change it from 10 things you need. So these are the 10 things you need. So let's go one by one. Recognize liquidity level. Done. Recognize fair value gap plus inverse fair value gap. Done. We got one right here. So we had fair value gap right here, which is a bullish one. We swept it, became a bearish one, and that's it. We didn't get retracement off of it. Why? Because fair value gaps does, like, not every single fair value gap is actually going to, like, price is not always going to retrace into your fair value gap and wait for you to get into your setup. Like, if you can, trade off of it. If you can't, wait for better opportunity. Wait for confirmation if possible. What does that mean? That means, for example, here. So here, if you actually enter buys right away and you're playing with tighter stop loss, so let's lower it, and you're aiming for this, and your stop loss is going to be like here, which, since you're a newbie, you're gonna say like, yeah, this here is liquidity. It's not. Wait for confirmation, because this trade is never gonna hit. Why? We're in a downtrend, like overall downtrend. Next, went through it. Okay, liquidity sweep from here. If you entered buys from here, would be okay, but then we just dumped. So wait for confirmation, be 100% sure. Do not enter off of weak liquidity levels. Set up your stop loss and TP at high liquidity level. So what does that mean? If you're entering shorts, for example, from here, you're putting your stop loss above previous fair value gap, which is liquidity level, and you're putting your take profit at this zone. So at this zone. You could have entered your take profit there, or you could have put it right here, which would be even more insane because this is like a big move. So use RSI, relative strength indicator. I'm gonna make a video about it, don't got time to do that now. Next, keep sane. So please, at all costs, just keep sane. Who gives a fuck if you didn't make 100k today? Just be patient, wait for good reaction, wait for good setups, don't over risk it. Like, look, I started, like, it happens to me as well, even now. Like, I started copy trading, which means people are copying my signals and my trades. So if I lose, they lose. So what happened to me was, first 2 weeks I was so under so much stress. I was so, like, my head was in the clouds. I couldn't even think properly, and I was just losing my trades. Why? Because I was scared to hold him. I was too scared to not set up break even right away. Like price goes up 5 pips and I'm setting up my break even like I'm some bitch. Like what the fuck was that about? And I've lost almost everything. Basically I was down to like last 10% of my account. And then I took 3 days to clear out my head, started using proper risk, stopped being a bitch and like not holding my trades. What happened was it was two weeks ago. Now made back everything I lost, plus I'm 10% of my account in profit. Which means you need to keep sane. If you're about to lose everything, keep yourself sane and get yourself out of that situation, because you was the one that put yourself in that position at first place. So keep sane. Don't over risk or leverage. Same thing, just said it. Like your account is, let's say you're trading on live account, your account is at 500 and you're putting in like 0.5s and 1 lots. Like, bro, stop. You're just gambling at that point. Stop being a bitch. What does that mean? So that means, fuck, I thought I saw a ghost or something. I'm not even kidding. Like, the fuck. That means that here, when I was in profit, so here, I would have set up my stop loss at break even already and just got out. And it doesn't work that way. Next, take action. Get out your bed, get out your mind, do something. Doesn't matter if it's trading, if it's drop shipping, if it's SMMA, if it's God knows what. Just get up, do your work, and do something for yourself. And number 10, become profitable. So after you master all of these, you can actually start making some money. Because if you actually remove one of these things, you will never be profitable. So hope you guys, bro, my girl's just spamming my phone. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry for not uploading the previous times, but yeah, y'all got my free Telegram link in description, and I'll see you guys in the next video.